Hi, I've been asked by many people to take and do one of these videos. I'm going to show you my inspiration for my layout. This is a part one of part two part video series that I'm going to do to introduce you to my layout. This first video is going to be of my dad's layout that he built back in the 1970s up through the mid 80s. He passed away in 1995. This layout has not been touched since, other than to have items removed and put into storage. My son and I have pulled them back out and got things set back up with a few of the items to show you what's going on. This layout is 5 feet by 10 feet. It is all DC, code 100 track. It is freelanced, which means it is fictitious. It is called the Dorado and Silver Mountain Railway. It is based in southeastern Utah and southwestern Colorado. It is also based in the 1930s, which means it is all steam. He loves steam. So let me start showing you the layout. We'll start with the Dorado yard. Here in Dorado, we have a roundhouse, 3 storage tracks in the yard. The roundhouse is scratch built. All his structures were scratch built except for one, which was a kit. That kit is a water tower, and then after he built it, he built another one out of cardstock and balsa wood. Most of his structures were balsa wood and cardstock. This is the only styrene that he used for scratch build. This is one of the areas that received some damage over the years. The little operator's house on the bridge is kind of got a little mashed. It is made out of balsa wood. Have not been able to figure out which part goes where to be able to rebuild it yet. 2 of his switch engines. This is number 4. It's a 060, and number 5, which is another 060. The tender came off of another engine that, if I remember correctly, it died, and he just salvaged pieces off to use in other areas. The backdrop is a montage of different photos taken from calendars that he pieced together. The Dorado area is the southwestern Colorado area, down in the San Juans. Here, this is a balsa wood coaling tower. Here is the plastic kit. It was the water tower that he used to build another. The scenery, he used plaster of Paris over window screen material. This tunnel goes to nowhere. It's just supposed to show it that there's a connection with the Denver and Rio Grande. When he first started building, he wanted it to be the Western Pacific, and then he changed the locomotive he had from the Western Pacific to the Rio Grande. I was unable to locate that locomotive at this time. It is still in storage at my house. Here's engine number 2 for the Dorado and Silver Mountain. It is a 260. As he continued to build over time, all these tracks ended up getting placed in. This was his passenger train. He used the UP 119 to haul it. It is in storage somewhere as well. This whole layout is all DC powered. I'll show you the cabs here shortly. In this location was one of the industries. There's only about 2 or 3 industries on this whole layout. There was not that much space, being only 5 feet by 10 feet. His very first scratch-built structure was this station that made out of cardstock. In the on the background, this is the town of Dorado that he pieced together. Following the main line, we go into a tunnel, and in that tunnel, we end up going around, and then we come into the Utah area, which is, as you can see by the delicate arch location, it helps to show where that is in southeastern Utah. Coming around, this area here was made as a crawl under space. That it's open back there, but with the way that from how you sit, you don't see that. You come out this tunnel, there's a small platform and station for the Silver Mountain area. Here's one of the industries, K&T Machine Shop, which is, all three of these are scratch built. I believe that was more kit bash than anything because of the roof is styrene, but the rest is all cardstock and balsa wood. This is made out of this cooling tower is all balsa wood and cardstock. This tunnel goes to nowhere, but with the background, it hooks up to the Denver and Rio Grande. This is the newest portion of the layout. That the last thing he ever built on it was this turntable. As you can see there, this A-frame actually attached right here, and over the years has had a little damage, but it is repairable. Here's the cab for this turntable here. Excuse me. When you bring a train into the yard, two people can run this layout comfortably. You would bring the train back to this section, and then you're bring a little switch engine out of the roundhouse of the yard, like this 060T here, and you would start breaking the train down, and then you could bring the road engine over to the roundhouse, turn it around, get it serviced, hook it up to another train that you had built, and send it back out of town, and then you can go to work on the different industries here. This is the water tower that was built out of cardstock and balsa wood, modeled after the plastic kit in the Dorado yard. There is a 4 to 5% grade that takes you up to the Paiute Mining Company, another cardstock building. This Paiute Mining Company, only 2 engines would actually climb this mountain pushing cars. One was this 2662T logger and this 262T tank car. This track that runs up here is an HON 30 narrow gauge line that ran to this little mine. I spent many hours running this yard while my dad ran the Dorado end of this. Here's another one of his engines. This is engine number 9 here, and then we have the 1186 of the Rio Grande. Here is the cab that he wired up for the Silver Mountain side, and I'll take you back around, and here's the cab for the Dorado side. I hope you enjoyed this tour of the Dorado and Silver Mountain Railway, and stay tuned for the next episode, which would be of my layout that I've been building, and this will shows you where I got my inspiration from. Thank you.